very important thing. Yes, is more patiently, normal. And every farmer, and every farmer, what are those of the difficult of India. Look at those what National you see the problem? You have what am I saying? This is an opportunity to act. And not just do it. Opportunity to advocate, not about gender, narrative. This is a problem. People are living in the country. What can you advocate for? What can you learn in classes that you can go back and advocate for to make doctors, other health practitioners, women, not only doctors, academicians, people in the university are also leading. Our universities are dying. Everybody is staying because he wants to stay. You understand? So this is an opportunity. There is an existing problem. Advocate for that. Go out there, let's corporate support, and start small. Look at another thing I forgot. Look, look at those native perspective. Amongst these governments, who is talking more about, who is talking more about, who is more concerned about, or among these senators or House of Representatives, who is talking more about, who is more concerned about, have like minds. You seek an audience. Nigerian Medical Student Association. Ah, this is a very good thought. And what I will respond to these people. He will give you an audience. Go point. I want us to discuss how to reduce the menace of community. So I want at least two people just to think of an advocacy of something to advocate for, at least from the community. No. Just two people that you think is the topic that we as a group start advocating for. So remember, if we continue to talk about it, we may not finish. We may not finish. So I want the very simple one is to tell you that the knowledge you have on medicine, which is biologically, psychological, and social, knowing the ethical standards, knowing social determinants of health can be delivered in the community to change existing problems. How will you do that? To do some analysis, look at priority areas. Priority areas, okay, these are the priority areas. Look at the opportunities. Do some content analysis as in what are our obstacles and what are the ways to overcome these obstacles. Is it funding? Is it resources? Start with, okay, how are we going to make this minister a very good body? When we talk minister, medical students wants to go. Even if they have funds in the hospital, even if they have tests, they will look for audience, their level coordinators, change to reschedule that test that they attend minister. Even if that person moves to the other side of the city, the person will find a way of getting to it. Let's start from here. Yes, advocacy is about talking to people, look at the existing problems, talk to people, get public support, talk to those people that can inform this change and change it. Thank you for listening and thank you for this opportunity. So, before we round up, so I want people at least to tell us a topic that we think is a problem once they say. I do think is a problem in Kano or in Nigeria that we need to advocate for. Thank you for your time. All right, thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful lecture. Sorry for the organization, the items of the agenda. Due to some unforeseen circumstances, some of our speakers didn't arrive yet, so we are jumping between one another so that we won't leave this global. So now we are going to some very one of the three, and that is out. Although some of us actually are not active, we have done lots of dramatic things within ourselves. So that's something interesting. Alright, so as I was saying, so let the state ready, and then we need something right. So as that is going on, the drama team, are you ready? Alright, so the process is going on. And then we also like to find out the existing people on student access, because some something she has something to say for us while the process is going on before the final discussion, of which was the entertaining part of today's event. Huh? There any um, anything you'd like to tell us, maybe go to whatever it is, then as father of the okay, okay. Alhamdulillah, I have intended not to say anything, but because I don't want the medical students to go out and start saying that the discipline appears no refuse to say anything. So that's why I want to just talk very briefly. Okay? So I would also like to stand on the already established protocol. Let me begin by commending the organizers of this activity. Um, Something just came up into my mind, and I think I need to say it because it's just an observation. While commending the organizers of this event, I would like to observe on the attendance. When we look at the number of medical students that we have in the university, I think there's room for improvement in the attendance. I expected to see this hall filled to the brim, but to my surprise,
I can count the students that are around here. So I don't know why, but I want to advise that whenever an occasion like this, all important occasion like this is to take place, I think the organizers should endeavor to try to make as much publicity as possible. And one good way of getting huge attendance is through the use of class rep for, we have what we call the class rep. So whenever I have an activity and I want majority of the students to be around, I go through the class reps. So every class has class rep, and it has each class rep to ensure that 70% of us class members be around. I'm very sure this class would have been filled to the brim. I would also like to advise that other professionals in the health, in the medical profession, other professionals, the dentistry students, the nursing students, the optometry, all those other professionals should be inviting them because this kind of tool is very, very important. A lot of technical things are distributed here, so I think we should always try to also invite them. And at least you shouldn't be looking at others and others also. You should not be looking at one another as rivals. Always try to look at yourself as partners because you are complementary. Your professions are very complementary. Uh, Everyone is important. So this you should also be trying to be engaging other professionals whenever you are having this kind of activity. Because a lot of very important things have been spoken about. So that is that. Then finally, I would like also to advise you to always try and exercise right from here in the university and when you graduate, when you go out. Ethics and professionalism is very important. Because I will just give you some little analogy. In the university here, we have different members of the university community, the students, the lecturers, everybody. But the most important members of the university community are the students. Without the students, whoever, no matter your position in the university, without the students, you are virtually, maybe if you as a general student, you understand. Likewise, if you go to another example, I'll give you, you go to motor park. So motor park, you have a number of drivers there, the air commercials, the buses, everything, the passengers. But you will agree with me that the passengers are the most important members of the community there. You understand? And so, without passengers, everybody in the motor park will have no job. So that the same thing when you go to the hospitals. You have the doctors, the nurses, the everybody, the patients. And I want to believe that the patients, because without the patients, nobody will have anything to do there. So I am saying this so that when you go out there, while you have your own right as a medical doctor, also try as much as possible to show compassion, to your subjects, that's the patients. Because many times patients, sometimes patients are impatient sometimes. And this leads to a lot of allegations. This doctor is very arrogant, this other thing. Sometimes it's because of that impatience by patients. And I think by working with utmost sense of ethics and professionalism, most of these allegations, will be overcome. Thank you very much. I wish you success. All right. Thank you so much, sir, for the speech. Now we are getting the stage ready for medical ground. All right. So while the process of preparation is going on, I would like to recognize the presence of one of our benefactors, in person of Dr. Mariam. Actually, Dr. Mariam is the HOD of Yusuf Maitama Sule University Anatomy Department. She's also the founder of Arewa Art Foundation. You can see the arts around us here. And then, all right, this and that. Please, a round of applause for Dr. Mariam. Yes. All right, so this member of the drama team, Abi, the director will actually brief us before we proceed.
Thank you very much, Alfaris. So, welcome everyone to this wonderful event. So, part of this event, I, together with my colleagues, we intended to organize a drama. And as you can see from the agenda, it says medical drama. So, this drama is all about medical students. So, it is about medical students, the life of medical student in the university setting. So it's written by one of our classmates, Umar Muhammad Indi. So we intend to have this drama so as to showcase the various problems medical students are facing in various universities in Nigeria. Yeah? Because as we all know, there are various problems. But we're here to highlight some of the problems. So the drama, inshallah, will be very good, and inshallah it will be very educative. So we plan this drama and inshallah we'll be doing it. So as we are setting the stage for the drama, please I would like to urge all the audience to listen attentively to what we are going to say during the drama, because the aim of the drama is not just to make us to laugh, it's also to highlight all the problems we are facing. So thank you very much, and inshallah we'll do our best to showcase this. Thank you.
Anyways, sorry for the lack of professionalism and blunders. Actually, I'm supposed to be the MC today, so it was an impromptu something. So I'm just presiding actually. Sorry for the lack of professionalism. The other mic is tested.
So thank you once again. So as we are preparing, we have two sections for this drama. We have the hostel setting and it will be located there. Then we have the classroom setting and it will be located on the podium. So for the drama, I'll be starting with the hostel setting. So please, I would like to urge the audience to please focus on the hostel setting as we'll be starting the drama in a few minutes. Thank you very much.
Muhammad, wake up, Muhammad. 7:30 already. That's right. Sorry.
The first I will start with the cost of 16 that's what we just discussed now.
This might happen. I should organize it. I'm not ready.
Can you imagine something like this working? I think we should just use the remaining water in the room, perhaps our taste and brush our teeth.
We should do since we have no other. Abdullah, please, what's the time? Wow, we have only 15 minutes. Let's hurry up.
Good morning, class. Good morning, class. Um, Today we are going to discuss on blood supply to the brain. Okay? We are going to discuss on what? Okay? We are going to discuss on blood supply to the brain.
Oh my goodness, lecturer is already in the class. Next week,
Blood supply to the brain is from two major arteries. This class is going to tell us the two major arteries that provide blood supply to the brain. Hey! Why are you coming to us now? What is your time? Do I have to repeat myself?
It is not the water in this.
You don't understand the mirror before coming to the class? Hey, maybe you should loosen your neck and maybe probably doesn't need blood supply to your brain. You see, you guys are medical students. You should be serious. You can't become a doctor and be giving some serious excuses to your patient that you are late. Okay? And you should dress not the way you dress like this, okay? Okay, you can have your thing. Okay, as I was saying, blood supply to the brain is from two major arteries. That's the vertebral artery and the internal carotid artery. But we don't have much time, so we are going to end the class by giving an assignment to be submitted next week. Okay? So each and every one of you should form a comprehensive note with an illustrative diagram on the cycle of movement. Okay? Then we call it today.
This is our day today, but I definitely understand what the lecturer was.
Muhammadu, can't you see that I'm hungry? This is a topic for another time. To even say I'm hungry is even an understatement. I'm bastardly empty.
You know that we must be hungry now since we are not supervisors. We haven't taken our breakfast before coming to the class and see how we are just disgraced in front of the class.
Let us quickly try and eat before the next class. But I understood what the lecturer was saying, but
Let's just try to make it next time to go on time.
okay then. But you also talked about the way we dressed. What do you think was he trying to insinuate?
Yes, I actually understand why he was leading to. Truth to be told, the situation is not encouraging. Because even yesterday, I was not able to completely finish what I want to read. Because there is no light to charge my laptop and there is no light to plug in the school. So I even, God forbid, I could have turned the test and everyone will get to open the test.
Muhammadu, I know you to be a book of someone that can read for 6 hours. You are telling me you did not read for this. Paper Maroni.
Which bookworm? You always need to warn me, please, we should stop doing this thing. You know that we are together, please.
But even the issue of our place is not entirely our fault. As long as there is no light in school, we don't have water to do our laundry.
So, yes, Salam, and the national grid issue also we are facing. So,
Issues are many. And also, Almighty ND is just around the corner. So how are we going to cope? No light to charge our laptops, and also we don't have water to wash our materials, no laundry, no washing of toilets, everything is in shambles.
I'm telling you, because the MSO, ACG, and the school management need to do all records because actually I don't think we can continue like this. The situation is very harsh and
I also need to call my dad. My provisions are so
maybe yesterday I called my dad regarding the provision. He said that he hasn't received his salary yet.
the situations in this country are many. May Allah guide us.
Yeah, now just Allah get us.
So thank you very much for your efforts. So this brings us to the conference of the I hope it's enlightening. It's enlightening. So as I mentioned earlier, the main aim of the drama is not just to act and make us happy at the moment. Rather, it's also to address the situations we are facing. Just like one of the authors mentioned, We are medical students, but at the same time, we are people with great service as well. And not only the medical student, also the other students right in the school. So please, I would like to call at the management. I think the fully agree the pieces we have mentioned. So please, I would like to call on the management to please use this as an information sheet for them to make sure that they please evaluate the situation. Thank you very much. I hope the program is learning and at the same time it makes us very happy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our actors and actresses. Will be very confident about the task. This, a round of applause for them. So the master.
Okay. So, my first question goes to Dr. Arasa. From your experience as an anatomy lecturer for the past years, so what initiatives do you think medical schools can implement to promote student mental, especially with regard to academic management or any concern management can implement to protect the mental health of the students, especially including how well the mental problems. The solution to all this, so the solution to this, I would like to approach it two ways. First, the student, and second, of course, the management. I had the opportunity of having a discussion with medical students, and I want to report that medical students, I always tell students that comes to me for such discussions that any excuse, you should remove any excuse out of the way. Now that is the first step. Why is it so? If I could remember, Haruna is here, Dr. Haruna is here. Medical school of those days is a school, where we live like families. We live like brothers and sisters. In fact, you can ask people that had graduated from medical school 10 years, 20 years, they could remember or recall registration number of many of their colleagues in their class. They could recall and remember from where they are, what is the name of their mother, what is the name of their father, what is the name of our brothers, sisters. So the first thing with medical school is medical student need to change their attitudes, because we are seeing a trend where there is gradual change in attitude of medical students. One of the major causes, the psychiatrists are here, of depression is social isolation. Apart from social isolation, stress, and then to couple it up with other factors around. Now, if you look at medical school of nowadays, we are living mostly in isolation. People are closing their doors to their colleagues, closing their doors to their teachers, closing their doors to their seniors. We have to open up, create interactive groups, discussion groups, create social activities that will make us exist as one. I believe Dr. Haruna mentioned one very important factor in advocacy is that we have to exist as one. So one of the major ways in reducing stress in medical school is support. And I can tell you confidently, the most important support you could get must be from your colleague. That should be from your classmates. And how can you support each other? You need to be there for each other academically, you need to be there for each other socially, and you need to be there for each other physically. I could go medical school. If I don't have money, one of us is having money, it's like I have money. If I know one of us is having money, I know confidently I'm going to eat that day or throughout that week. So we need to change our social interactions among medical students. One of the innovative ways is all these social media handles, we should utilize this as one of the ways to improve our social connections, to improve our academic interactions. We have WhatsApp, we have so many other groups that you can even communicate, create meetings, create discussions. You don't have to be there physically to see each other. So one of the innovative ways, we have to go back and actually socialize with each other and support each other. The second way is the school management or the college, already there is an existing system. There is no class that will come and graduate without having a level coordinator. Apart from level coordinators, we have so many steps, so many levels of management. We have the head of department, we have the exam officer of the department, we have the exam officer of the faculty. So we have many levels of interactions for students to channel their any grievance, any challenge in medical school. But because of the number, probably one level coordinator might not be enough to actually handle issues of medical students. So one of the innovative ways I think the college should create, we should actually restart. I know it was existing before, we should, but it had stopped now. We should restart creating mentor-mentee relationship. We should actually allocate mentors to certain group of medical students that would always check on medical students to find out what they are doing, what is happening to them in terms of their social interaction with the faculty, in terms of their academic activities, and many other activities. So these two ways, I feel, if we could be quite innovative in enhancing our social interactions, enhancing our academic support, and many other support within the students, and also creating ways of improving more interaction between students and the teachers. I believe the stress of medical school will be a history. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Right. Shamsuddin Umar, what do you say? The situation of the country is very critical, and then everything is skyrocketing. And then you know how students are, especially medical students. We barely have time to do this. When you see some students, when they reach 300 level, 400 level, they establish certain business for themselves, in which they will stop disturbing people at home for some financial problems. And unfortunately, almost all the time, we don't have much of the time to establish businesses for ourselves or others. So many times we have financial difficulties, which can actually have problems, I mean, cause problems when it comes to focusing on your business. You cannot make money at home. So the question goes like, with vast population of students here, medical students especially. We would like to know, are there resources available for students with academic or personal issues like finances? How can they access it themselves? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Um, in the university, uh, we have quite a number of resources in the university for the benefit of students with challenges, like you said. But remember, to talk of challenges, there are so many different kind of challenges that students are facing. The challenge being experienced by one student may differ from challenge being experienced by another students. But like I said, there are a number of challenges, and these challenges, there are a number of resources in the university that are aimed at helping students with this kind of variety of challenges. Remember, the challenges are so many and they are of different kinds. Some students have financial challenges. Of course, financial challenge nowadays is a kind of catch-all thing because many students have these challenges. Not only financial challenges, academic challenges, even challenges by special students that have variety of challenges, physically challenged, students with visual impairments, students with hearing impairment, all these are challenges. But I want to tell you that there are a number of resources accessible by students with these different kind of challenges, which are deliberately provided by the university in order to overcome these challenges. When you talk of financial challenges, when you talk of financial challenges, you have said some students have time to embark on a variety of businesses in the university. But medical students, considering the nature of their studies, they may not have the time. They may not have that luxury of time to embark on businesses. Well, I know there are quite a number of medical students that are doing one business or the other. I know there are quite a number of them. I know. I also know there are. But from the part of the university, you see, university doesn't actually um, have any avenue in which it gives out financial support to students. But out of the wisdom of the university management, you know, I'm very sure you are aware of this on-campus job for students. This on-campus job for students is a very important resource through which students get some income while studying in the university. And this is an initiative, the first of its kind in this country. Of course, many universities have approached Bayero University Kano to learn from us. How do we do this on-campus job? This on-campus job is a scheme initiated in this university by the Vice Chancellor, and students are employed in the university to offer some services. And when you look at the policy that established this on-campus job, it is clearly stated in the policy document that students that are involved in this work, that have shown interest and have been appointed to work, that we should make sure that these students are not overworked, they are not stressed, and whatever they do should be done in such a way that it will not affect their academic activities. The students are employed They are sent to departments and the faculties. Some they work as errands. Some they are assigned duty of cleaning there and mopping there, and a variety of simple work. But the major aim of that scheme is to assist the students so that at the end of the month, they have some little token of money that will help them settle some of their financial problems. I want to tell you that this is the first in Nigeria. I'm not sure whether there's any other university in all of this country where students are given job by the university management, and at the end of the month they are paid 15,000 naira. And even if, for example, a student needs the money before the end of the month, you can come at the end of 1 week, so your money for 1 week can be given to you. Or in 2 weeks' time, your money for 2 weeks can be given to you. But if you like, you wait till the end of the month, and you are paid your 15,000 naira. So this is really helping, and it's going a long way. Aside this, there are other schemes by this university. I'm very sure many of you are aware of the indigent scholarship. And this indigent scholarship is a scholarship given to students in need, those that cannot pay for their registration fee. Of course, the university cannot cater for all of the students. But I want to tell you that uh, scholarship that came out was contained 281 students, and for each of these students, the registration money was paid full, including medical students. I made the list myself. After that payment, some supplementary lists came out also. The first supplementary list, 32 students, second supplementary list, 32 students again, and the last one, 20 students. And among these students, there are a number of medical students. So all this is with the aim of assisting students financially. We also have some things to do with the helping of students, not only the medical students, students with challenges. For example, you know how accommodation is very competitive in the university because we can accommodate just somewhere around 18% of the total population of the students in our hostels. As for students with special needs, we give them a special preference. They can always have accommodation without tears. Those with hearing impairment, those with visual impairment, and those physically impaired, with physical challenges. So we give them choice. They should select the hostel block of their own choice, and we even give them chance to come with one student. For example, a student with hearing or visual impairment, we give him or her a chance to come along with one student of his or her choice, that we give them the same room so that that student can be helping him or her if she or he needs. This is also some of the things that we do in order to help the students. The student affairs will also appoint interpreters, those students that can talk with sign language to help students with hearing impairments during lectures. These interpreters, we get them from among the students and we put them in the payroll of on-campus jobs so that they interpret for students during lectures, and at the end of the month, we also give them 15,000 naira. Um, all our buildings, the entrances are constructed in such a way as to provide easy entrance for physically challenged students. The university has also provided crèches for nursing mothers. There are students who are nursing mothers, and at various places in the university, crèches have been provided so that nursing mothers can take their kids before when they are having lectures. We also have guidance and counseling unit in student affairs, which is also a resource that helps students with some challenges. And that is why we deliberately take one of our whole administrator who is a professional counselor. We posted her to Stella Adidabo Hall. And the female students that are around here, You know Hajia Hadiza, she is a professional counselor, and we send her there deliberately so that students that need some, counseling can meet her for this purpose. There are quite a number of other things. Yeah, university to support the students. Just 2, 3 weeks ago, the Vice Chancellor directed us to locate places across the university campuses where open reading places to be constructed. Also, already we have identified places in all campus, new campus, KTH, and the School of Continuing Education. And very soon the construction work will, start. So these are some of the things that resources that are available, all with the aim of helping students to overcome some challenges. Of course, there are other very important challenges.
Then the third one is community engagement and medical education. Then the fourth one, which is the research and innovation. Last but not the least, which is participation in the policy making regarding the healthcare system in Nigeria. So let me start with the first one, which is the unity. So I'm being active all over the Nigerian Medical Student Association since 2020 when I come to university as a level one student to study medicine and surgery. That time I was granted to be the chairman local officers forum for the Nigerian Medical Student Association Emerging Leaders Forum. So so this aspect of unity is a very important thing for the all student union because we find it that in NIMSA, which is Nigerian Medical Student Association, and Student Union Government, which is SUG, National Association of Kano State Students, NACS, their constitution, what is talking is almost the same. Unity and to defend the welfare, to improve the professionalism in that aspect. Like in our constitution in NIMSA, in the objective and principles, there is this unity to unite the all Nigerian medical students across the whole state and the religion in the entire Nigeria in one umbrella, which is the NIMSA, and also to cater for their welfare and the interest of the student first. The important thing I say unity is when we look at the standing committees and some guidelines of these associations, all these works, they are there. But because of our which is regarding the policy that we have strategic roles. We have many standards that their responsibility is to deliver this kind of things. Like the management, I think we have vice president that is responsible for the external correspondent, like to the government, to the school management. And we have other standing committees, like talking about the health policy. We have standing committee of policy and implementation of Nigerian Medical Student Association. So as far as we can unite ourselves and put the people that deserve to be the leaders in that community, they will cater and deliver that responsibility for the policy making. But nowadays, usually we find it that for me to get a position to be a minister president or to be the vice president, internal or external, I don't bother about the unity. I can rather divide the south and the north in order to have get vote here, so that I will become the president. So that's the main important strategic role I think we as a medical student we should put at your back of your mind is whatever you are doing, regardless of what position you can have, let's try to unite because as far as we are united, we can achieve a lot of things. Then the second one, which is advocacy for policy change. Frankly speaking, 2022, when I was appointed as the first national technical officer on medical student rights, I find it that a lot of some policies they are not into interest. Surely we should try to put at our mind. We should, which is rigorous training and be volunteering to the other extracurricular activities like medical outreaches, advocacy, and other things. But but it's very important for us to combine these two tools together. We know there is some kind of medical outreaches that if you went, you will find a very scanty number of medical students. And you as a medical student, what you learn from the class, as far as you cannot make it to the practice, is useless. So I think as a medical student or a Nigerian medical student, as our association, should try to bring a lot of medical outreaches, which is community engagement. That medical community engagement can either be as a medical outreach, medical awareness, then or workshop being organized, people from the community, so that so that you can educate them about the health issue, some disease prevention, and other things like that. Then the fourth one, which is research and innovation. I think I have one of my friends, he's a colleague to me and also a classmate. So he has very interest in research and innovation. What I told him is, you too, you have some very good opportunity that you can deliver and this medical system. Why is because let not you start research in the advanced level, like researching in infectious diseases or some topics that is worldwide recognized. I told him like we can start this research and innovation with what the student even in the medical school they are experiencing. Like you can do a research topic regarding to access to conducive environment to medical students in Nigeria, access to student reading areas in Nigeria, access to welfare of the student in Nigeria. This thing is all research, but as far as you're trying to improve your CB, so you're trying also to support the system and to make sure the people that they are in service, they know the challenges these medical students they are facing. I think last year when I'm the technical officer at medical ethics, Nigerian Medical Student Association, there is one lady that she talked to me from Obafemi Awolowo University Medical Student Association. She has some kind of research she want to do, the access of medical students to the conducive environment of learning. So that is a very important initiative. She try talk to me so that I can try to recommend some people from the north that will be part of the team to make sure they make that research into work. So this is the kind of like I'm thinking research and innovation should should play a very vital role in terms of these strategic goals to serve as the solution base for all these issues we are facing. Then the fifth one, which is a leadership development. So the leadership development sometimes we as a student association, which is student arm of Nigerian Medical Student Association. So usually this is due to the first thing that I say, which is unity. We will find it that this person you don't have any prior experience to deliver such kind of responsibility in that particular position, but because of sentiment, because of interest, political, which is political interest, not the interest of the student, will come and put or try to push somebody to be the NIMSA president. And that person, you don't know anything, you don't know the even welfare of the student. How can you expect him to represent you very well? And so then other one we have some other standing committees. This standing committees is also the elected office. Because of interest, will come and support someone that he didn't deserve to be in that position. But later on, the whole year will be without doing anything tangible. So that is why leadership development, like for any position to become a NIMSA president or any other student position, you have to prepare certain criteria so that when you find yourself in that position, you try to make sure you deliver the responsibility, you protect the constitutions, and you do what is the objective and the principles of that association. Then the last but not the least is the participation in the policy making. I can remember here this year, early this year, when Nigerian Medical Association they are having their meeting in Maiduguri. I'm part of the National Executive Council member of NIMSA currently. They invite NIMSA, which they invite the president and some executives. But unfortunately, no one appeared there in their meeting that took place in Maiduguri, which is kind of unfortunate because this NIMSA is the student arm of Nigerian Medical Association. And sometimes the policy of the healthcare system, they are the one making it. Let the student also be part of the process. Yes, they are there before us and they pass through the system.
but we have to tell them the current challenges we are facing, the current situation in the medical school. Because whoever you see in the medical practice, especially our teachers, the medical doctors in training, the thing is quite demanding. You cannot say like after doing all your services, you're coming to be asking the student what are they facing around. We have a student leadership. So I think that student leadership, our association leaders, they should also try to partake in this policy making that our mother association, which is NMA, sometime coming to the state chapters, to the national chapters, to the association of resident doctors, let's try to engage them in the activities so that they will tell and voice out the challenges the students they are facing. Like in the policy making, I'm very sure NMA, they are compiling a very comprehensive report. So we as a student, we too, not to just go there and attend the program, try to went there with a very compiled document on what are the challenges our students they are facing. You are representing, you are the voice of the student. So try to compile a report and attend that programs they are doing so that you can represent your student very well, so that the issue of the student they are facing will be rectified. So I think with that, I think I do justice to my part, the strategic roles for the Medical Student Association. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hamza Kishu. Indeed, he has really touched the delicate part of the reasons we are here because medical students we are the future of the healthcare system in Nigeria, and really, we need to get prepared. We need to save the system because it is going somehow. So we should try to embrace excellence because by the time we practice, inshallah, that will help to like elevate our potentials. And at the same time, as a representative of the Nigerian Medical Student Association, please and please try to introduce many students to NIMSA. Many brains are actually hidden without knowing things regarding NIMSA and the standing committees. So we can bring them from their comfort zones and unlock their potential. I believe a lot of people here can do wonders when they see the opportunities. Thank you so much. All right, so the next question, Dr. Maras, actually from your experience as a lecturer in a prestigious university like Bayero University, you encounter a lot of students from various backgrounds. Some find themselves here, some somehow, somehow. Then, they usually bring a lot of characters, attitudes. So the question goes like this: what are some of the issues you encounter during medical students during your years? Is there anything you are expecting the student to come up with, or is there any type of changes you want the student to make, or the management to adjust? Now, having the students around here, please take this moment to pass your message, your displeasure, and whatever you have in mind. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. What I want to say here is that medical students, I can say without being biased, are one of the most hardworking, very persevering students. Um, if you are to actually go around the university, you could actually see that medical students are quite trying very hard. And one of the main characteristics over the years of medical students, they are very hardworking, always trying to meet up with what is expected of them academically, what is expected of them while staying in the university. And they are also very, very time conscious. They are very, very hungry for knowledge, and they are very, very good in creating excellent brotherhood among the students. Now, over the years, what most of teachers like me are complaining of is all these qualities are actually going down. I had the opportunity to discuss with one of the colleagues from the clinical, from the Department of Surgery. He was actually lamenting the same complaint we have in the basic medical sciences. You go to a medical, lecture, a class, and you see a number of students are absent. I had the opportunity to discuss with many medical students that some are not even coming to lectures. Some believe that you can just go and read, and that is all. And not only that, you'll be surprised. There was a time one of the medical students during external exam, the oral exam, was asked about one of the lecturers there, and he couldn't identify him. The lecturer was actually coming from Federal University, Dutse, and he confirmed or he affirmed that that lecturer taught him embryology. And the lecturer was not even from Bayero University, Kano. So that is telling you a lot about how things are changing with medical students. All the values, all the characters, all the good characteristics of medical students, uh, we need to really, really revive them. The hunger for knowledge, the attitude of hard work, the attitude of cohesion, the attitude of one togetherness, the attitude of respect, the attitude of, all these qualities. If you are to go around and ask the teachers, both in the basic and clinical medical sciences, you could actually hear the same complaint that all these values are really going down. And that's why I'm happy NIMSA are creating this discussion forum in which we can interact and share our, experiences with regard to medical training. So what I expect students to do, what I expect to see now is we are really hoping that all these attitudinal changes are going to change. Would like to see medical students that are hunger, that having insatiable hunger for knowledge. Would like to see medical students that are hardworking, that are always there trying to fulfill all what is expected of them academically. We are expecting to see medical students that are respectable and that we are going to be proud of. And if you could see the training we have in Nigeria of medical education, basically all the people that are saying they want to jump out, they want to go somewhere, is because the training is excellent. Anywhere you go, you could just hit the ground running. You don't need to be trained, you don't need to do anything, you just start practicing. So definitely, we need medical students to wake up to actually realize that this particular medical training is their own. You are going to be the teachers, the fathers, the mothers of tomorrow's medical education. And how you handle it now is what we are going to expect to see in the future. So we really need medical students to awaken from their slumber. That's why I said we should avoid putting too many excuses of this, excuses of that. I was telling one of the students that I did come to a lot of lectures by 8 a.m. without even taking my bath, just to make the time to come and give lecture 8 to 10. So you could actually come to class, have your lecture, go back and take your bath. So a lot of issues that we need to actually overcome them in order to improve the attitudinal tendencies of medical students and also to improve what we are hearing coming out from both basic medical sciences and clinical sciences. For the management, I believe we need to be more open to the students. We need to create more discussion opportunities for students. I always have the idea that we need to be very creative. It doesn't have to be physical interactions. We can create virtual classes. We can create social media platforms to interact with students. So all in all, we really, really need medical students to wake up, to actually awaken the main features we know of medical students: hard work, perseverance, respectable, and always there to fulfill what is needed for them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Alright. So we have learned so far some of the corrections. We should try to attend classes. We should not get into classes, and lot of them, of course, we have had. Thank you so much, sir. So, now, sir, alright. Okay, sir, we know the management of Iowa University Kano is doing wonders and trying their best. But then, almost all the time, there is always loopholes and then some policies and some things don't actually sit well with students. So, we are asking if there is any, what mechanism actually exists for students to provide feedback on some of the university's policies affecting the students, whether directly or indirectly, especially since we have a couple of medical students here. Is there any channel that is available for easy accessibility for students to easily communicate with the university management on policies affecting them? Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, I want to tell you that there are quite a number of avenues through which students can give feedback, to the university management for the purpose of better understanding feedback here. Um, we mean a kind of report on reactions about performance of the university. So there are quite a number of avenues through which students can give feedback, because feedback is very important. It is only when you get feedback that you can get improvement, because the whole purpose of feedback is to make improvements on performance. And for policies that relate to students directly or indirectly, all the policies in the university are related to students, either directly or indirectly. There are so many policies in the university, and all these policies, like I said, are directly or indirectly affecting students. Now, there are quite a number of avenues. The first, since I am the Dean of Student Affairs, I want to tell you that the first avenue through which feedback can be given to the university is through the Deanery of Student Affairs, through the Dean. Those of you who have been to Student Affairs or who have met the Dean of Student Affairs, I believe you can bear witness that the Student Affairs is one of the most accessible places in the university. The Dean of Student Affairs is also one of the most accessible people in the university. And so we are always there waiting for students to come with suggestions, with suggestions and maybe need for making adjustments or to bring their problems. And we are always there to try and prepare solutions to the problems. There are other important avenues through which students can send feedback, uh, right from the with the aim of bringing improvement on how we serve the students, being the most important members of the university community. When I said that the students are the most important members of the university community, and everyone that is working in the university, he is there because of the students, I mean it, and I'm not joking. So apart from these ones that I have just said, the student union is also there. Some students cannot come directly to the student affairs or to the lecturers or to the level coordinators, but they resort to meeting some of the officials of the student union. I know quite a number of students have experienced one or more problems in the university which they wanted to make a complaint, and they came through the student union, and we listen to those and also propose solution to this kind of things. We also have a university in the university, a unit in the university that is also meant for collecting feedback from students, from staff, from all members of the university community. That unit is called Servicom. I don't know whether you are aware of that unit, Servicom. Servicom, any problem that you have, either between you and your student and a fellow student, or between you and a staff, either academic staff, I mean lecturers, or non-academic staff, or anybody, you can come to Servicom and lay your complaint there. Even yesterday, no, no, yesterday on Friday, yeah, that's yesterday. A student came to me with a problem. The student was supposed to graduate, and she went to. She expected to graduate, but when the result was posted, she had absent in two courses, and she came to complain to me. She has domestic problems. She is a victim of domestic violence. And here in the university, she has this problem of two absent in two courses. And she came and complained to me that, but sir, please, I'm afraid they may victimize me. This, and sir. No, 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 nobody will victimize you, provided you know that you sat for the two courses. She says she sat for the two courses and she passed all her courses, but those two courses she was marked absent. And we collected her details, and we are going to try and follow it up and get her result for her. So these are all avenues through which students can come up with problems, so that we also try to make improvement. So student union is there, student associations are there. The student can also go through the student professional associations like this BUMSA to make a complaint, okay, to give a feedback on a particular policy, and I believe the BUMSA can approach us and will take the necessary action. The only thing I would like to appeal to students, please, is that whenever you have problem, you know, we are lecturers, we can always take even without the mic. So whenever you have problem that you need to communicate to the university, please do not hesitate. Do not feel afraid of being victimized or anything of that nature. Come directly to student affairs. Talk to us, we'll talk to you, and we will treat your case with utmost confidentiality. And if you do that, you are not only helping yourself, but you're also helping future generation of students. So with this little, I will say that there are a number of avenues through which students can give feedback, and this feedback is very important because it's one of the best ways through which improvement are made on decisions and the policies. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. We sincerely. All right. So before we proceed, I would like to address few things, please. As we all know, we are all religious people, so we understand that it's almost time for prayer. So we would like to make a few adjustments, please and please. The time of zero prayer is the longest. We have the first, the middle, and the last. And all of them are actually good. Some people pray by 2 o'clock, 2:50, some by 4:30, some by what? So please, let's remain seated to complete the event. I think we are up to 150 to 200 here. We can do our job again. So we finish everything and we go out and pray together at the appropriate time to take. So please be patient. And so, our panelists, we have some other few lectures that are going to take. So we like to cut down some of the time so that I have 3 rounds of questions about to complete. So we try to maximize time as much as we can. All right, so Mr. Tishu, uh, my question again is for you to the students. So the student present, can you listen? This is really important. What advice would you give to incoming medical students? Medical students, incoming? What advice would you rather give to medical students? Of course, prospective doctors with regard to getting involved in extracurricular activities. How do you envision integrating skills and wisdom gained from extracurricular activities into clinical practice? Again, what advice do you give to medical students regarding extracurricular activities? And from your wealth of knowledge, having participated in numerous extracurricular activities before, what have you gained so far that you think will be beneficial to the students clinically when they are into practice? Thank you. Thank you so much for this question. I think your extracurricular activity is always it means anything outside from the academic environment. So there is numerous there is numerous extracurricular activities. But my advice is let me just try to highlight some of the extracurricular activities. First, we have you can partake into business. Apart from the business, we have some kind of capacity building activities. And after the capacity building, we have politics, which is student unionism. So usually extracurricular activities is quite a very uh, much in number. My advice to student is try to partake one that you know is encouraging to you, that you have sense of personality to it, like the thing you want, what is your ambition. Try to partake in the extracurricular activities that it will shine a way for you to achieve your ambition. So like this, we have business. If you know you are into business or you want to partake in business, try to make your business to be extracurricular activities. What I mean, I say extracurricular activities is anything outside academics. So when you're done with your academics, you need to rest. The time you're going to rest, utilize it and do your business. But don't say you want to do a business and also to partake in politics, to partake in the capacity building at the same times. Gaskiya, the truth speaking, frankly, is not feasible. Then the second one, which is the capacity building. Yes, some people they need to build capacity. So one thing is choose, is it capacity building you want to do or it is business? Then venture into it. Then the third one, which is politics. In politics is a very, very broad area. So don't say like you are just going to partake into politics as extracurricular activities. Like just take as an example in this BUK, we have BUMSA, Bayero University Medical Student Association. It is political organization, also student arm. We have student union government. If you are from Kano, we have NACS. If you are from Katsina, we have ACAMS and ACAMS. So even in BUK, we have different student association. So my advice is you can, as level one, because level one is not like there is not a lot of kind of mura, you can try to search each and every association and see. I can still give example for myself. In level one, I participated in NIMSA, I participated in BUMSA, I participated in PAMSA, which is Federation of African Medical Student Association, and also I participated in IFMSC, which is International Federation of Medical Student Association. but but later in a way, in 200 level, I started narrowing all my association. I left IPMSC because I don't have money to be buying flights to Japan to do have that international engagement. I also narrow my political activities.
from PAMSA because I'll not be going to Ghana, Gambia for student unionism since I have my primary assignment, which is to have this MBBS degree. So I left PAMSA, FMSC. That the only thing I've been doing is NIMSA, is within the Nigeria. I can try to squeeze and do it. So if you cannot even do it, you can narrow to BUMSA, you can narrow to your state association. So, and this in politics, which is student unionism, especially in this NIMSA, if you see the constitution is well structured, where it can cater for the responsibility or the ambition of all medical students. Looking at the standing committees in NIMSA, we have nine standing committees, and all these nine standing committees, they have their different activities they are doing. Let's take for example, if you are the person that you want to be a public health physicians, we have standing committee on public health. So since your politics will just focus on that standing committees because they are organizing some workshops, some seminars, some interactive sessions, you can start having some certification that will qualify you to the greater height when you become a medical doctor. You already have some experience in that aspect, so even if you graduate, the thing it will not be strange to you. We have also standing committee on reproductive activities including HIV and AIDS, which is SCORA. So if you know, like as a ladies, you have ambition to be a gynecologist, you can start participating in politics, but not really in politics, but trying to have qualification and to bridge a way for you to become that kind of gynecologist. If you want to be a researcher, we have standing committee or research exchange. You can venture into it. There is a lot of research opportunities that you can have. We have a lot of other associations, and after that, in this program, I will try to share the constitution so that we can go through and whatever standing committee or any aspect you want, you have ambition into, you can talk to us. Inshallah, we'll try to do our best in order to make sure you partake in the process. But one advice to the student is first and foremost, please and please try to see what you want to achieve and grab it as your extracurricular activities. Don't say you want to build a capacity, participate in NIMSA, BUMSA, SUG, and everything. Frankly speaking, at the end you will crash. That is why you have to choose one you want to achieve and go for it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That's really a wonderful information here. You know, the medical students, we understand how things go, but then it's better to do one or two things because, okay, by the time you leave the school, the outside the school is really big. And then as a medical doctor, you take leadership roles. So building that capacity and longevity from now will really help you in the process. So thank you so much. Dr. Maharaj, sir. Okay. From your point of view and from your experience, okay, so alright, sir. Are there any gaps in the current medical curriculum that you believe needs attention, particularly in preclinical education that you really major? And then, how effective do you think the current curriculum is, especially in preparing students for real world clinical practice, especially for real world clinical practice? Take Bayero University Kano as a case study. What are the things you see clearly? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for the question. I think the effectiveness of our curriculum is out there for everybody to see. Always in, if you want to assess how effective is a curriculum, you always assess the outcome, the product of that curriculum. I believe our products, I don't have to say anything on our products. We allow those outside to say it, but they are going to be the judges. But our produce excellent, very effective, well-capacitated doctors that are really competing out there in the world. And I can be really, really confident to tell you that if no matter how old I am, if I go to hospital and I was told that this doctor is coming from Bayero University, Kano, I will just go back to sleep. I know I'm in good hands. Now, of course, our outcome, what we produce, is quite good, but that not to say that we have some challenges and some gaps that need to be filled. One of the major things I noticed is that we don't have local content. If you look at the books we have, our books we inherited some from the eastern part of the world, some from the Americas, some from Europe. So we have some challenges. One of the major challenges is we see a change in trend. We somehow are imbibing, the learning process of others, and we are putting it on ourselves. So one of the major challenges is to create local content. We need to have by now books that are really locally made, that tailored toward how our medical school, how our medical students are trained, and that would actually be very important in complementing further on the curriculum. Another aspect, more especially in the pre-clinicals, is that most of the students look at all the topics, all the courses in clinicals as abstract. We need to have more and more, teaching aids that will actually improve understanding and actually improve the learning process, more especially in anatomy. I'm happy Dr. Mariam is around. She's doing a great job by creating a lot of, things that has to do with virtual anatomy. I think this kind of innovations is what we need to improve further on understanding of anatomy and obviously other courses in preclinical medical school. So what we need is improvement to catch up with what is happening now in the world, with the current trends. Most of the time, we actually rely so much on many years back, technology, but we are now in information technology era. So we need to actually be more innovative in bringing in virtual trainings, in bringing in so many applications that will improve further the understanding of, the courses we have in preclinical medicine. I believe with that, with the local content, with innovations in information technology, would actually improve greatly the outcome of what we have, in preclinical training. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Maharaj. Yeah, I sincerely appreciate that. So, okay, my next question goes to EMP Hamza Tishu. So, sir, as a representative of the Nigerian Medical Student Association and part of the executives of the Bayero University Medical Student Association, having gone from level 1, level 2, level 3 to 4, I'm very sure you have seen a lot of things and agree with a lot of things. So, what support system or resources, not realize, what support system or resources would you like to see implemented to enhance student Thank you.
Thank you for the question, which is very important one. Support system that I want to see implemented in this university is going like all around to the University of Foreign Medicine and Surgery. I see a lot of policies that I'm expecting from my particular medical student association, which is BUK, to be implemented is conducive environment for learning. I remember 2022 when we went to Lagos State University Medical Student Association, that last week in Ikeja. Since the time I went there, we have a general assembly and I come back to Kano. The reading venue is always open. And I try to have a talk together with the president from that particular university. He told me that them in the teaching hospital in Ikeja, the student body they try to secure the reading venue, and after that the university offer them that reading venue, but whatever it will come back, they are responsible. So that student associations, together with their neighbors, which is like a dental and nurses, they try to put security men in the entrance, and before you are allowed to enter, you must show an identification, which is a school ID card, to prove that you are a student. And after that, when you went into the reading venue, you are only expected to read. Aside from reading, if you do anything, you are going to be held responsible. So the reading venue is always open throughout the night and is a very conducive environment, air conditioned, the light and everything is working. So really I was impressed, and me too, I want that initiative to be implemented in my university. Then the second one also, I went to Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University when I'm campaigning for the national director. The reading venue always is open, and I asked them also in the same scenario. So what I'm advocating is I want that thing also to be implemented in my university so that the student can have access to reading venue, which is going to be 4 hours often. But the student should be vigilant and responsible, because if you do anything which is outside from academic activity there, you are going to be responsible and you will be punished, and you have to abide by the rules and regulations. Then after that, then the kind of what accommodation, or I can see the hostels. Also, I want the hostel especially for the medical student. A very big thanks to the student affairs, to redeem student affairs. I think when we are just finishing level 3, so that time almost all regular students they are not in session, so we see a notice that all the students should vacate from the hostel. I think it's during this last Ramadan. So the departmental senator and chairman health committee of SUG, since I saw the notice, I went directly to the office of the dean. I laid a complaint, and later he rectified all the issue. I can remember the current level 3, they went through the process of their end of session and do their first professional exam. We too, we did our community medicine, and some students they are having the receipt. They did the receipt without paying anything. So I think the student body also, BUMSA, SUG and everything, the student you are facing some challenges, please try to talk to the student leaders. The student leaders also should be responsible and lay their complaints to the management. At that time, if we didn't lay that complaint to the management, management will not know we are on session because we have some kind of different calendar with the regular student. So what am I feeling? Students lay their complaint, and the student leaders should be responsible always and be ready to represent the interests of their co-student colleagues. Thank you for this question.
Thank you so much. I believe this is a brief highlight of some of the problems we are facing. Yeah, thank you so much. In fact, let me add a little bit of something.